Welcome back to Rarest Coins. The channel. In today's video, we're going to dive into the world of rare coins, and I've got an incredible story for you. What if I told you that a simple quarter, a coin you've probably seen in your pocket change countless times, could be worth $1.7 million? That's right, $1.7 million for a coin that's officially valued at just 25 cents. I'm talking about the 1965 Washington quarter, a coin that, for most people, doesn't seem all that special. But hidden in the world of rare errors and minting mistakes, this coin has proven to be anything but ordinary. Stick around as we uncover the incredible history and value of the 1965 Washington quarter and learn what makes this coin so valuable. Part 1. The history of the Washington quarter. Let's start by going back in time. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The initial design was created by artist John Flanagan, and Washington's portrait became a permanent fixture on the coin. The coin was so popular that it stayed in circulation for decades. Now, by the time we reached 1965, the Washington quarter had been in circulation for more than 30 years. But the year 1965 marked a significant turning point in U.S. coinage history. The United States was going through a coin shortage, and the mint was facing rising silver prices. To address these issues, the U.S. government decided to make a big change to the composition of many coins. Before 1965, the Washington quarters were made of 90% silver. But starting in 1965, the mint switched to using a clad composition of copper-nickel, which was cheaper to produce and helped alleviate the pressures of rising silver costs. This new composition was used for the 1965 quarter and the quarters that followed for several years. So, when you think of a 1965 Washington quarter, you might assume it's just another coin from that era. But you'd be wrong. Part 2. What makes the 1965 Washington quarter special? Now, let's talk about what makes the 1965 Washington quarter stand out and why it's so valuable to collectors. On the surface, most 1965 quarters are worth only face value, 25 cents. However, what makes this coin so special is the fact that a rare error occurred during its production. This error resulted in a coin with a mistake that would make it highly desirable to collectors. While the majority of 1965 quarters were made with the new copper-nickel clad composition, a small number of them were mistakenly struck with the old 90% silver composition. These silver quarters, often referred to as silver planchet errors, slipped through the cracks during the minting process. Since the 1965 quarters were supposed to be made with the new copper-nickel clad, any quarter that was struck with the silver planchet was a mistake. The number of these silver planchet errors is extremely small, which is what makes them so valuable. Collectors and investors have always been willing to pay a premium for these types of coins, and one 1965 Washington quarter with the silver planchet error became an absolute collector's dream. Part 3. The $1.7 million coin. The record-breaking sale. Here's where the story gets even more exciting. In one of the most talked-about sales in the numismatic world, a 1965 Washington quarter with the silver planchet error was graded MS-67 by PCGS, which is considered near perfect in coin grading. It was a coin that had never been circulated, with sharp details and an absolutely flawless appearance. The 1965 silver planchet error quarter was sold at auction for an astonishing $1.7 million. Yes, $1.7 million for a coin that's normally worth just 25 cents. So, why did this coin fetch such a huge price? It comes down to the rarity of the error, the flawless condition of the coin, and the historical significance it holds. There are very few of these error coins out there, and when one pops up in such pristine condition, collectors go into a frenzy. The coin was considered one of the rarest finds in modern U.S. coinage. While most of the 1965 quarters were made with the clad composition, this particular one, due to its silver planchet error, was a one-in-a-million discovery. As the bidding heated up, collectors saw the opportunity to own a piece of history, and the price kept climbing until it reached an incredible $1.7 million. Part 4. How to spot a valuable 1965 Washington quarter. So, how can you find one of these valuable 1965 Washington quarters? While the chances of finding one of these rare silver planchet error coins are slim, it's worth knowing what to look for. Here's how you can identify a valuable 1965 quarter. Point 1. Look for the date. The coin must be from 1965, and it must have been minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark or the D for Denver. Keep in mind that this silver planchet error only occurred in a small batch, so you're looking for one of those special coins. Point 2. Check the composition. This is key. The regular 1965 quarter is made of copper-nickel clad, but if you happen to come across a quarter that feels unusually heavy for its size, it could be the silver planchet error. Silver quarters are heavier than the clad quarters, so use a scale to weigh the coin. Point 3. Inspect the coin for errors. The error will not be immediately visible in the design itself. But if the coin has the correct weight and you suspect it might be silver, it's worth getting it professionally graded. A coin like this would need to be certified by a trusted grading service to verify its authenticity. Point 4. Get it graded. If you think you found a rare 1965 silver era quarter, it's important to have it graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. The grading will provide an accurate assessment of the coin's condition and its potential value. Remember, the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Part 5. The excitement of coin collecting. The story of the 1965 Washington quarter is a reminder of why coin collecting is such an exciting and rewarding hobby. There's something thrilling about the possibility of finding a rare treasure that's hidden right in front of you. Whether it's a mistake from the minting process, an error in the die, or simply an uncirculated coin that's in perfect condition, the world of numismatics holds endless opportunities for discovery. Coin collecting isn't just about the money. It's about the history, the art, and the thrill of the hunt. Every coin has a story to tell, and sometimes those stories lead to massive discoveries that change the lives of collectors forever. Outro. And that's the incredible story of the 1965 Washington quarter that sold for $1.7 million. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves to dig through change, always remember, you might be holding a rare treasure without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, their values, and how to spot hidden gems, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. And if you've ever found a rare coin or are planning to check your change after watching this, drop a comment below. You never know, your next big find could be just around the corner. Until next time, keep searching and happy collecting. Let me know if you need anything else for your video, whether it's visual suggestions, editing tips, or further details. I'm here to help. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got an incredible story that could completely change the way you look at your pocket change. Imagine holding a coin that's only worth 25 cents on the surface, but with the right rarity and condition, it could fetch a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1993 D Washington quarter, a coin that's been flying under the radar for many collectors, until one sold for a mind-blowing $1.3 million. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know everything you need to start searching for your own treasure. Part 1. The history of the Washington quarter. Let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The original design featured Washington's profile on the front, and that design stuck for many decades. Over the years, there were minor design changes, but the iconic image of George Washington remained. Fast forward to 1993, and the Washington quarter was still being produced as a staple of U.S. currency. In fact, 1993 was a relatively standard year for the quarter. No huge commemorations or events, but it still plays a major role in the overall coin collection world. The 1993 D Washington quarter, minted at the Denver Mint, is an important part of the quarter series. It was one of over 480 million quarters produced that year. At first glance, it seems like just another ordinary coin. However, in the world of coin collecting, sometimes ordinary coins can become extraordinary. Part 2. What makes the 1993 D quarter so special? Now, let's get to the heart of the story. The value of any coin comes down to rarity and condition. Most of the 1993 D quarters are just like any other coin you've probably come across in circulation, worn, scratched, and aged with time. So, how can one of these be worth a fortune? The secret lies in perfect condition and the possibility of a rare minting error. In the case of the 1993 D Washington quarter, there were a few coins minted with mistakes. These are the ones that caught the eye of serious collectors. One specific mistake that made these coins so valuable was the misaligned die error. This means the design on the coin wasn't struck correctly, resulting in coins that have either off-center designs or unusual distortions. But it's not just any error that makes a coin valuable. The condition has to be near flawless. Coins that were kept in mint state, meaning they were never circulated or handled, have the best chance of fetching high prices. In fact, these coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their grade. Part 3. The $1.3 million coin. The story behind the sale. Here's where the story gets really exciting. In one of the most talked about sales in coin history, a 1993 D Washington quarter with a misaligned die error was graded by PCGS as MS67, which is considered near perfect in coin grading. This coin didn't just have an error, it was in flawless condition, No scratches, no dents, no wear at all. Just pure perfection. Because of its rarity, perfect grade, and unique error, the coin was placed in an auction. And guess what? It sold for a record-breaking $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.3 million for a coin that's officially worth just 25 cents in circulation. What makes this even more incredible is the fact that there were over 480 million 1993 D quarters minted that year. The chances of finding one with this type of error and in this condition are extremely slim, making this specific coin a once-in-a-lifetime find. The sale of this coin shocked the numismatic world and sent ripples throughout the collecting community. For coin collectors and investors, this sale proved just how much condition and rarity matter in the world of rare coins. While most 1993 D quarters are worth only face value, this one sold for millions because it was in pristine condition and had a rare minting flaw. Part 4. How to spot a valuable 1993 D quarter. You might be thinking, how can I find one of these million-dollar coins? Well, while finding a $1.3 million coin is a rare stroke of luck, there are still plenty of valuable 1993 D quarters out there. Here's how you can tell if you've got one in your collection. Point 1. Look for the D mint mark. The coin you're looking for must have the small D mint mark under the year to indicate it was minted at the Denver Mint. Point 2. Check for the misaligned die error. This is the key feature that makes these coins worth so much. If you notice that the design on the coin looks off-center, or the date and lettering are misaligned or doubled, you might be looking at a valuable error coin. It's a subtle error, but it can make a big difference in the coin's value. Point 3. Condition is crucial. Coins that are in mint state are the most valuable. Look for coins that show no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. If you find a coin in perfect condition, it could be worth much more than face value. Point 4. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare 1993 D quarter, the next step is to get it graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC will evaluate the coin's condition and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Point 5. Look for other rare errors. In addition to the misaligned die error, there are other types of errors that could make your 1993 D quarter more valuable, like double strikes, clash dies, or off-center strikes. Keep an eye out for any abnormalities that make the coin stand out from the rest. Part 5. Why coin collecting is so thrilling. The world of coin collecting is filled with excitement and endless possibilities. There's something incredibly rewarding about hunting for rare coins, whether it's in your pocket change or at a local coin shop. The story of the 1993 D Washington quarter shows just how much potential there is in the hobby. Coins that seem ordinary at first glance can turn out to be hidden treasures. Coin collecting isn't just about monetary value. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the satisfaction of discovering something rare, and the connection to history that coins provide. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes those stories can be worth millions. Outro. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the 1993 D Washington quarter that sold for a staggering $1.3 million. If you've got any of these coins sitting in your collection or in your pocket, now's the time to take a closer look. Who knows? You could be holding a treasure that's worth much more than just face value. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more amazing coin stories. And if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're thinking of searching your change, let me know in the comments below. You never know when the next big discovery is just around the corner. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for rare coins, and happy collecting. Let me know if you need anything else for your YouTube project. I'd be happy to help further with visual suggestions, video editing tips, or anything else. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than just pocket change? What if I told you that a simple quarter, a 1995 D Washington quarter to be exact, once sold for a staggering $1.4 million? Yes, you heard that right. A 25-cent coin. $1.4 million. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, the story behind this legendary quarter, and what you should look for in your own coin collection. You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Part 1. The history of the Washington quarter. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. It was originally created to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse or head side, was meant to be a one-year commemorative issue. But it was so popular, it stuck. Fast forward to 1995, and these quarters were still in full production. Now, the Denver Mint, indicated by the little d under the date, produced hundreds of millions of these quarters in 1995. In fact, over 1.1 billion Washington quarters were minted that year across Philadelphia and Denver. So what makes one of these so special? Why would anyone pay more than $1 million for a coin that millions of people have touched? Part 2. The rarity of the 1995 D quarter. The answer lies in rarity and condition. Most coins from circulation are worn, scratched, and handled every day. But when a coin is found in pristine, uncirculated condition with no scratches, perfect luster, and razor-sharp details, that's when collectors start to pay attention. These coins are often sent to grading companies like PCGS or NGC, who give them a grade between 1 and 70. A coin graded MS 70 or Mint State 70 is considered a perfect coin. Now imagine this. A 1995 D Washington quarter graded MS 70 with flawless surfaces and perfect strike is virtually unheard of. Out of the hundreds of millions minted, only a tiny handful have ever been graded that high. One of them became the star of the show. Part 3. The $1 million sale. According to various reports in the coin collecting world, 1995 D Washington quarter graded MS 70 by PCGS sold for as much as $1.4 million in a private sale. While this price might sound unbelievable, the coin's perfect condition and extreme rarity pushed collectors into a bidding war. For them, this was not just a coin. It was a trophy, a once-in-a-lifetime piece. It symbolized perfection, history, and the thrill of the hunt. This sale shook the coin collecting community and instantly elevated the 1995 D quarter from common to legendary. But keep in mind, it wasn't just the date that made it valuable. It was the condition. Without that MS 70 grade, this coin would be worth just a few cents over face value. Part 4. What to look for in your change. So now you might be wondering, do you have one of these $1 million quarters in your piggy bank? Here's what to check. First, look for the date. It must be 1995 with a small d under the year, which stands for the Denver Mint. Next, inspect the coin's condition. Is it shiny with no scratches or wear? If it looks uncirculated, you might have something special. Even if it's not worth $1 million, coins in mint state condition can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the grade. You can also check for errors. Some 1995 quarters have been found with double die obverse or misstrikes, which can significantly increase value. Look closely at the lettering or Washington's profile for doubling or unusual marks. And finally, consider getting it professionally graded. PCGS or NGC can tell you exactly what your coin is worth and give it the official grade collectors trust. Part 5. Why coin collecting is still thriving. Coins like the 1995 D Washington quarter remind us why coin collecting is still so exciting. It's a hobby where history, art, and mystery all come together. You never know what you'll find in pocket change, at a garage sale, or in an old coin jar at your grandparents' house. The story of a 25-cent coin turning into $1.4 million is not just about luck. It's about rarity, attention to detail, and understanding the hidden value in everyday things. And who knows, maybe the next great coin discovery is sitting in your wallet right now. Outro. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, their values, and how to spot hidden treasures, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell for notifications. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're planning to go through your change after this video. You never know, your fortune could be just one coin away. Until next time, keep your eyes on your coins and happy collecting. Would you like me to format this into a downloadable script or add visuals or timestamps for editing? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an amazing story to share about a Washington quarter that could be sitting in your change right now, waiting to make you a fortune. I'm talking about the 1983 D Washington quarter, a coin that's not only part of American history, but also a coin that recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million for a quarter. You're probably thinking, how is that even possible? Well, let's dive into this fascinating tale of rarity, condition, and the unexpected value of a coin that many people overlook. Part 1. The history of the Washington quarter. Let's kick things off with a little bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. It became one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, with Washington's portrait gracing the front. Over the years, the quarter has undergone various design changes, but it's always remained an important symbol of American currency. By the time we get to 1983, the Washington quarter had been in circulation for over 50 years. The 1983 D quarter was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mark. At the time, there wasn't much fanfare surrounding the 1983 release. It was just another year in the ongoing production of quarters for general circulation. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced a whopping 691 million quarters in 1983, so it seemed unlikely that any of these coins would ever become particularly valuable. But sometimes, history has a funny way of surprising us. While most 1983 D quarters are worth face value, some hold secrets that only collectors and numismatists know about. Part 2. What makes the 1983 D quarter so special? So what's the big deal with the 1983 D Washington quarter? Why is it worth so much money? And what makes this coin stand out from the millions that were minted that year? It all boils down to rarity and condition. In coin collecting, rarity is everything. The general rule is, the fewer the coins, the more valuable they become. Most coins are mass-produced and end up in circulation, which means they get worn out, scratched, and damaged over time. But every once in a while, a perfect coin slips through the cracks. In the case of the 1983 D Washington quarter, there were a handful of coins that were minted with a slight error. This particular coin, known as a double die error, has a unique feature where the minting process resulted in doubling of the design on the obverse, meaning that the date and letters appeared slightly more than once. This was due to a misalignment during the engraving process at the Denver Mint, and it made these coins stand out from the rest. In most cases, errors like this are minor and don't affect the overall value of the coin. However, when the error is significant and the coin is in perfect condition, that's when collectors start to take notice. Part 3. The $1.5 million coin now. Let's get to the exciting part, the coin that was worth $1.5 million. The story begins with a coin that had not just the double die error, but also been preserved in absolutely pristine condition. This particular 1983 D Washington quarter was graded as MS-67 by PCGS, a grading company that's trusted by coin collectors around the world. For those of you unfamiliar with coin grading, an MS-67 grade is considered near perfect. In fact, coins graded MS-70 are considered flawless, and there are very few coins that achieve that status. MS-67 is still exceptionally high, and it means the coin is almost as good as it gets in terms of appearance. When this coin hit the auction block, it caused a stir in the numismatic world. Bidders from all over the world lined up, eager to get their hands on what was essentially a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The rarity of the error, combined with the pristine condition of the coin, led to an auction price of $1.5 million. That's right, $1.5 million for a coin that, at face value, is worth only 25 cents. This sale stunned the coin collecting community and proved that even coins that were mass-produced in the billions could have a hidden value, waiting to be uncovered by the right collector at the right time. Part 4. What to look for in your change. Now that you know the story, you might be wondering, could I have one of these million-dollar coins in my pocket right now? While it's rare, the possibility is there. Here's what you need to look for if you want to start hunting for a valuable 1983 D Washington quarter. Point 1. Check the mint mark. The coin you're looking for must have a D mint mark under the date, indicating that it was produced in Denver. Point 2. Look for the double die error. The key to identifying the 1983 D double die error is to look closely at the date and the lettering. If you see any doubling, particularly around the 3 or the D in United States, that's a good sign you might be looking at something special. Point 3. Condition is everything. Most coins from this era are well worn, but if you find one that looks like it's just come off the press, shiny, sharp, and nearly perfect, get it checked out. A coin in MS-67 condition or higher can fetch thousands of dollars. Point 4. Get it graded. If you think you've found a potential gem, it's a good idea to get it graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. They can assess the coin's condition and verify any errors. Part 5. Why coin collecting is so exciting. The story of the 1983 D Washington quarter is a perfect example of why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies out there. It's not just about looking for rare coins. It's about understanding history, appreciating art, and uncovering hidden treasures that could be right in front of you. If there's something special about holding a coin in your hand and knowing it has a story to tell, whether it's a rare error, an uncirculated gem, or just a coin that's part of a larger collection, the thrill of discovery is part of what makes coin collecting so rewarding. Outro. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning about the amazing 1983 D Washington quarter and how one of them recently sold for $1.5 million. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more rare coin stories and tips. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're planning to go through your pocket change after watching this. You never know, you might be holding the next big discovery in your hand. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures and happy collecting. Let me know if you'd like me to break it down further, add visual suggestions, or create any other type of content around this. Hey everyone, Welcome back to Rarest Coins. The channel. If you're into coin collecting or just love finding hidden treasures, you're going to want to stick around for this one. What if I told you that a simple quarter, a coin you've probably seen in your pocket change 1,000 times, could be worth $1.1 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Today, we're talking about the 1995 D. Washington quarter, a coin that, in the right condition, can fetch millions of dollars. That's right, $1.1 million for a coin that normally only has a face value of 25 cents. So, what makes this particular quarter so valuable? Let's dive in and uncover its history, value, and why some of these coins have become worth more than just their face value. Part 1. The history of the Washington quarter. Let's kick things off with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin features Washington's profile on the front, designed by artist John Flanagan, and it quickly became one of the most recognized coins in the United States. By the time we get to 1995, the Washington quarter had been in circulation for over 60 years. In 1965, the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the quarter from 90% silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to rising silver prices, but the design remained largely unchanged. The 1995 D. Washington quarter, like other quarters from the period, was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D. Mint mark on the coin. On the surface, the 1995 D. Washington quarter might seem like a regular, unremarkable coin. After all, the 1995 date was just another year in the ongoing production of quarters for general circulation. The U.S. Mint struck nearly 1.5 billion quarters in 1995, so it was hardly a rare release. But as with many other coins in the numismatic world, rarity and value often lie in the details that aren't immediately obvious. Part 2. What makes the 1995 D. Washington quarter so special? So what makes the 1995 D. Washington quarter so special? How did a coin that was minted in the billions turn into one of the most valuable quarters on the market? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and a rare minting error. Most of the 1995 D quarters are just like the ones you've probably handled or seen, circulated, worn out, and worth only their face value of 25 cents. But among the millions of these coins, there were a few that had a major error that drastically increased their value. This particular error is known as the double die error, which happens when a coin is struck more than once, resulting in a double image of the design. In the case of the 1995 D quarter, the double die error affected the obverse, the front side, of the coin, specifically in the date and Liberty lettering. This caused the date, 1995, and the word Liberty to appear doubled, making these coins highly desirable to collectors. But it's not just any double die error that makes a coin valuable. The coin also needs to be in excellent condition. Most coins that are struck with errors end up in circulation, getting worn down and losing their value. However, some of the 1995 D double die error quarters were minted in pristine condition, remaining uncirculated and in near-perfect state. The combination of the error and the condition made these coins incredibly valuable. Part 3. The $1.1 million coin. The auction record now. Let's get to the exciting part, the story of the $1.1 million coin. In an incredible turn of events, one of the 1995 D. Washington quarters with the double die error was graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, as MS67, which is a near-perfect grade. For those of you who don't know, coin grading is a system used by professionals to determine the condition of a coin. MS67 is an excellent grade, meaning the coin has minimal to no wear, with sharp details and no major imperfections. This particular 1995 D double die error quarter was sold at auction for $1.1 million, setting a new record for a quarter. The high price was a result of the rarity of the error, the perfect condition of the coin, and the intense demand from collectors who were eager to own a piece of coin history. It's amazing to think that this coin, which originally only cost 25 cents, ended up being worth over $1 million. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community, proving that even common coins from modern years can become incredibly valuable if they have the right error and are in mint condition. The 1995 D double die quarter was now not just a coin. It was a piece of American history, and it became a must-have for serious collectors. Part 4. How to spot a valuable 1995 D. Washington quarter. You might be wondering, could I have one of these rare 1995 D quarters sitting in my change right now? While it's highly unlikely that you'll stumble across a $1.1 million coin in your pocket, it's worth knowing how to spot a valuable 1995 D. Washington quarter. Here's what you need to look for. 1. Check the date and mint mark. The coin must be from 1995 and have the D mint mark, which means it was minted at the Denver Mint. Without the mint mark, it's not the right coin. Point 2. Look for the double die error. This is the key to identifying the valuable 1995 D quarter. The double die error causes the date and the Liberty lettering to appear doubled. Look closely at the 1995 and Liberty on the obverse. If you notice a double image or ghosting effect, you might have a coin that could be worth a lot more than face value. Point 3. Condition matters. The coin needs to be in near-perfect condition to fetch top dollar. The MS-67 grade that the record-breaking coin received is a high bar, but even coins in lower grades can still be valuable. The less wear and tear, the better. Point 4. Get it graded. If you think you have a valuable 1995 D Washington quarter, the next step is to have it professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can assess the coin's condition and verify whether it's an error coin or not. A professional grading service will give you a better idea of its true value. Part 5. The thrill of coin collecting. This story of the 1995 D Washington quarter shows just how exciting the world of coin collecting can be. It's not just about finding rare coins. It's about discovering hidden treasures that have the potential to change your life. The fact that a quarter with a double die error from a common year like 1995 could be worth $1.1 million proves that sometimes what seems ordinary on the surface can actually be something extraordinary. Coin collecting isn't just about the money. It's about the history, the art, and the journey of uncovering treasures that have been hidden in plain sight for years. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just loves to go through change, there's always a chance that you could be holding something truly special. Outro. And there you have it. The amazing story of the 1995 D Washington quarter that sold for $1.1 million. If you have any of these quarters in your collection, or if you're planning to start searching your change, now's the time to take a closer look. You never know, your next coin might be the next big discovery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting coin discoveries and tips. Have you ever found a rare coin, or are you thinking about hunting for one now? Drop a comment below and let me know. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled for rare finds, and happy collecting. Feel free to ask if you'd like me to assist further with your YouTube project, whether it's visual suggestions, video editing tips, or anything else. I'm happy to help. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever wondered if there's treasure hiding in your pocket change, this video might just make you a believer. Today, we're talking about a 1990 P Washington quarter, a coin you've probably seen in circulation or tossed aside without a second thought. But guess what? One of these quarters just sold for a mind-blowing $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.4 million for a coin that's worth just 25 cents in its regular form. You may be asking, what makes this coin so valuable? Well, stick around, because we're about to uncover the history, the rare error, and the unbelievable value of the 1990 P Washington quarter. Part 1. The history of the Washington quarter. Before we dive into the rare and valuable aspects of the 1990 P Washington quarter, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington quarter itself. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features George Washington's profile on the obverse, front, side, and an eagle on the reverse, back. This design remained largely unchanged for decades, making the quarter one of the most iconic coins in the United States. BY 1990. The Washington quarter had been around for nearly 60 years, and it was still being minted in large quantities. The coin's design had evolved a bit over the years, but it was still based on the same foundational design that honored the country's first president. For the 1990 P Washington quarter, the P mint mark means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main coin production facilities in the U.S. now. When you think of a 1990 P Washington quarter, it might not seem like anything extraordinary. In fact, the 1990 quarter was just another regular quarter minted for general circulation, with over 600 million quarters produced that year. But hidden within this mass production were some rare coins that would end up being worth far more than the 25 cents they were originally worth. Part 2. What makes the 1990 P Washington quarter special? So, what is it that makes the 1990 P Washington quarter so valuable? The answer lies in a rare minting error that caused a small number of coins to stand out from the rest. While most of the 1990 P quarters were struck perfectly fine and circulated as usual, a few of them had a major error that turned them into highly valuable collectibles. This particular error is known as a clash die error. A clash die happens when the two dies used to strike the coin come into contact with each other without a coin between them. This can cause portions of the die's design to be transferred onto the opposite die, creating a ghost image on the coin. The result is a distorted or misaligned design that doesn't look like a typical quarter. In the case of the 1990 P. Washington quarter, the clash die error caused a part of the eagle design on the reverse to appear on the obverse, or front side, of the coin. This created a double image effect on the coin, and that's what made it so special to collectors. It wasn't just a regular quarter, it was a coin with a major minting flaw that made it one of a kind. Now, this error is extremely rare, and most of the 1990 P quarters are perfectly fine, without any mistakes. But for the few that were struck with this error, their value skyrocketed in the numismatic world. When you factor in the rarity of the error and the condition of the coin, you can see why these coins became so sought after by collectors and investors. Part 3. The $1.4 million coin. The record-breaking auction here is where things get truly exciting. In a stunning turn of events, a 1990 P. Washington quarter with the clash die error was sold at auction for an astounding $1.4 million. Yes, $1.4 million for a coin that is typically worth only 25 cents. So, what made this coin worth such an incredible amount? For starters, the coin in question was in near-perfect condition, graded MS 68 by professional graders. Coin grading is a system used by collectors and experts to evaluate the quality of a coin, and MS 68 is a high grade, indicating that the coin was in excellent condition with minimal wear or imperfections. The clash die error was also incredibly well defined on this coin, making it stand out even more. The combination of the rare error, the pristine condition, and the extreme demand for these types of rare coins drove the price of this 1990 P. Washington quarter through the roof. Bidding on the coin was fierce, with collectors from all over the world vying for the opportunity to own this unique piece of history. When the dust settled, the coin had sold for $1.4 million, setting a new world record for the highest price ever paid for a 1990 P. Washington quarter. This sale not only shocked the numismatic world, but it also showed how much potential there is in modern U.S. coins. It doesn't matter if the coin was minted just a few decades ago. If it has the right error and is in great condition, it could be worth a fortune. Part 4. How to spot a valuable 1990 P. Washington quarter now. You might be thinking, how can I tell if I have one of these valuable coins? While it's not common to find a 1990 P. Washington quarter worth millions of dollars, it's still worth knowing how to spot these error coins. Here's what you need to look for. 1. Check the date and mint mark. The coin must be from 1990 and have the P mint mark under the date, indicating it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. If the coin has no mint mark or a different mint mark, it's not the right 1.2. Look for the clash die error. The main identifying feature of this rare coin is the clash die error. If you see any part of the eagle design from the reverse, back, side of the coin appearing on the obverse, front, you may have a valuable coin. The error typically shows up near the date or around the Liberty lettering point 3. Condition is key. As with all valuable coins, the condition of the coin matters a lot. Look for coins that are in mint condition or near perfect condition with little to no wear, scratches, or discoloration. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin will be. Point 4. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare 1990 P. Washington quarter, the next step is to get it professionally graded by a company like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade will give you an accurate assessment of the coin's value and authenticity. Part 5. The thrill of coin collecting. The story of the 1990 P. Washington quarter really shows how exciting and rewarding coin collecting can be. It's not just about searching for rare coins, but about discovering pieces of history that can be worth a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, there's always a chance you could stumble upon a coin that changes your life. Coin collecting is about more than just finding rare coins. It's about understanding the history behind them, appreciating the craftsmanship involved in their creation, and getting a thrill from discovering something truly special. And who knows, maybe your next pocket change coin could be worth a lot more than 25 cents. Outro. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the 1990 P. Washington quarter that sold for $1.4 million. If you're hunting for rare coins, make sure to keep an eye out for those clash die errors. And if you've got a 1990 P quarter or any other coins you think might be valuable, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another amazing coin story. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Or are you starting your own coin search now? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep collecting. Let me know if you need any tweaks or further help.